Okay, so we're looking at 2.10, and this is 7a. All right, so the question is, we've got x to the power of negative 2 equals a quarter. And we're being asked to work out what x is. Now, we know that negative powers tell us that we need to put things on the bottom of a fraction, or if they're already on the bottom of a fraction, it means they should go on the top. Remember, negative powers mean that the number is in the wrong spot. All right, so, well, squared means times by itself, so we're looking for a number that times itself is 4, which is obviously 2. So remember, 2 squared is 4. So 2 to the power of negative 2 must be 1/4. Because it's still 4, but remember the negative power means it should be on the bottom of a fraction because it's currently not. So yeah, hopefully you can just use a bit of maths knowledge to put that sort of stuff together. So remember, if I gave you something like x to the power of negative 3, then we just put that on the bottom of a fraction and it becomes a positive power because now it's in the correct spot. If I gave you something like, if I gave you something like this, x to the power of negative 4, that actually means that it should be on the top. Remember, it doesn't mean it belongs on the bottom, it means it's in the wrong place. So you just put it on the top. And anything over 1 is just itself, so we don't really need to put the other bit in there. All right, let's look at the other bit you wanted to see as well. All right, so we've got 3 to the power of x equals 1/9. Now this is exactly the same as the last question. 3 to the power of what becomes 1/9? We know that it ended up on the bottom of a fraction, so we know that whatever this power is, it's going to be negative, all right? Now how do we get from 3 to 9? Well, we only have to times it by itself once. 3 times 3 is 9, so it needs to be a 2. So 3 to the power of negative 2, so 3 squared is 9, but negative 9 means it belongs on the bottom. Okay, not negative 9, sorry, negative 1. Anyway, you get my point, I hope. So if I had, let's do a very similar one, okay? Obviously that's just the question, but if I gave you this, it's exactly the same idea. So 3 to the power of what is 27? Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, so it's 3. But it needs to be a negative 3 because it belongs on the bottom of the fraction. All right? I hope that's helpful.